research has concluded that anti-piracy ads do nothing but promote piracy. Who would have thought? I've said this about DRM. DRM does nothing but piss people off and make them go, how do I get rid of this? I've done it.
Yep.
The people who buy your movies are not the people to tell, stop stealing our movies. The people who purchased your game legally are not the people to question, do you have a legit CD key? Oh, yes, you do. I see the physical documentation. Can you send me the physical documentation so I can verify it's a legit CD key? Oh, it looks like that CD key was stolen by a filthy pirate, so you can't get online even though you downloaded the game legit, and this other person just downloaded a key gen, and they have your key now. Sorry.
I have the physical receipt. Seriously.
That's like a true story for Need for Speed Shift and why I still cannot play that game online. Thank you, EA. I have the jewel case, goddammit. But yeah, DRM and anti-piracy measures only end up punishing the people who already gave you money for the product. They only end up lecturing to the people who did it the right way. So why are you lecturing those people? Why are you punishing those people? Why are you holding them in scrutiny and going, I don't know if you're legit. I see a Steam account linked to this, but how do I know that you actually bought this and that this Uplay install is legit? Because who would buy a Uplay game?
Yeah. There's plenty of times on the show too of earlier on the Netflix companies and everything when these companies, the best way to stop piracy is to give out a good product at a decent price and a fair market price. Yep. When Netflix first came out, it was, hey, here's all of the movies you want at a relatively cheap price.
Yep.
And then I'm like, you know what? That's a price I can afford. That's easy.
$8. Done.
I don't want to risk the stuff that I might be doing, or getting called because it was getting cracked down. There was a lot of articles of people getting cracked down on that, or possibly getting a virus because I didn't know what I was downloading or how good I was doing at it. The Star Wars
.exe.
Exactly.
Sorry, Dad.
But then all of a sudden, all those companies are like, let's make our own version of that and charge you $8.99 and $8.99 and $8.99. How to pay, $120 to cut your cable bill now? It's like,
do you know why we were willing to pay Netflix $8.99? It's because Netflix had everything. Do you know why I'm not willing to pay ABC $8.99 or sorry, Peacock $8.99? It's because Peacock has, let's see, Star Trek and Survivor.
Yeah. And it's got like Parks and Rec and The Office or something like that now.
Which is a decade old at this point.
Yeah, they're all reruns. So actually, I saw what is that? I saw Parks and Rec on a rerun on the TV, and it was the last season, and it was it takes place next year, which was supposed to take place in the future. I was like, wait, this is 2023.
Oh. Yeah. Funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, researchers have determined that anti-piracy ads only alert people to the availability of piracy. And the most famous being, obviously, you wouldn't download a car. You wouldn't steal a handbag. You wouldn't murder a policeman, then go to the bathroom in his helmet and deliver the helmet to his grieving wife and then steal the helmet back. I totally would, but I'm kind of sadistic. There are anti-piracy measures that work. Most famously, Game Dev Tycoon. John, are you aware of this one?
Slightly. The name sounds very, very, very familiar, but the story is escaping me.
So Game Dev Tycoon is a game about being a game development studio. It's a game development sim game. Okay. So think like SimTown, SimCity, SimTower, that kind of thing. You're managing a game development empire, and depending on the dials that you flip up and down and the talent that you hire and whatnot, you release successful games or not successful games. Okay? It's a microcosm of sim games.
Okay.
And also fairly ironic. They decided to fight piracy, not with DRM, but by releasing a cracked version of the game themselves. This cracked version of the game that you could download from all the torrent sites because it was cracked and totally legit, right? Played normally for about an hour. And then after an hour, the odds would completely slant against you like Gandhi on a power trip. And you would eventually receive the message that your sales were going down. And it seems that many players play our new game, but it seems that they are stealing and downloading cracked versions rather than buying it legally. If we can't create a good enough game for people to give us their money, we'll probably go bankrupt eventually.
Oh, ironic.
Now this is totally funny because people got onto the Steam forums and complained about this bug, not knowing that they were outing themselves as pirates.
Yeah.
Which in and of itself is freaking brilliant.
Oh, it's genius.
But this is how you fight piracy. I'm the consumer that spends thousands of dollars a year on movies and media and music and games and everything else. And you know what? If a game's DRM is so obtrusive as to be unlivable, I will download a cracked version. Blizzard. I don't play Diablo 2 online. I have an offline version. I paid for the game. I pre-ordered it, in fact. You got my money before you were even done. I may have the Dota repack. That may be what I play on. Because I play it on my handhelds, or I play it on a desktop, and I don't want to install the Blizzard launcher, and I don't want to have to log into my Blizzard account once every 20 days, and I don't want to have da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Steam is awesome because Steam is a one-stop shop, or at least it was until they allowed third-party game stores to install themselves, a la Ubisoft and Origin and all these other places that require a second game launcher to launch just because you want to launch the game that you bought. See the problem?
Yeah.
I own Far Cry 5. I also have a repack of Far Cry 5. I own Cyberpunk. I also bought, well, technically I bought Cyberpunk on GOG, so good on you, CD Projekt Red. But yeah, the only people you encourage to be, or that you dissuade to be pirates is no one. You encourage piracy by promoting anti-piracy.
The thing is, though, too, is that when you're throwing these ads out, especially to the broad public, what you're then doing is advertising to people that have no idea what this is or that it's simple to do. Right. And it's like, everyone's like, well, wait a second. I'll go try that.
You wouldn't download a car. The hell I wouldn't.
Yeah. If I could download gas right now,
Have you priced cars lately?
Yeah. So yeah, it's dumb. The way that video game did it was genius, but constantly berating people. I mean, to me, I also feel that's like the war on drugs. You remember, this is your brain on drugs. This is your brain on crack. And
Dare did nothing but promote future drug addicts by saying all the cool kids are smoking crack, and you're like, what's crack? And you're like, here's all the street names it can be bought with. And suddenly I'm channeling John Mulaney.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried Bing, Pang, Wow, Bam, Crystal? No, but I'd like to. That sounds fun.
What was the girl from She's All That, or that one, the really hot girl? And they had her on the exact same commercial. And it was like,
Are you thinking of the girl from all that?
Yeah.
Amanda Bynes.
She was on that This Is Your Brain on Drugs, the 90s revamp commercial.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have a hot girl, and then you're talking about drugs. It's like, okay, you have my attention.
Right.
I'm going to pay attention to everything she's saying.
Oh, she did drugs?
Not in the good.
Awesome. I need to start doing drugs.
If I have drugs, I can get a girl like that at a party. I'm going to go do drugs.
Yeah. Rachel Lee Cook. That's another great answer from back in the day.
Yeah. So, but again, with piracy though too, it's just, you're saying I can get all of these $60 games for free? Oh,
I don't have to deal with your first party DRM BS secure ROM Sony. Sign me the F up.
Exactly. It's dumb. Or back to the Plex server. Mm-hmm. I don't have to pay money to watch this or this movie,
right? Or
this TV show. Oh, here we go.
Right.
Whatever the new Game of Thrones or Amazon Prime Lord of the Rings series. I'm going to download that now.
Yeah. Now, I will say, those who have made it easy and made it affordable and continued delivering content I want to watch, I have no problem paying subscription services for. I have no problem buying products outright from. I have no problem buying products from Steam, but if the product exists on GOG, I'm going to buy it on GOG. If CBS via Peacock keeps releasing Star Trek, I'm going to keep my subscription because I like Star Trek. I liked Picard. I like Lower Decks. I've even started watching Discovery lately.
We could have a whole discussion episode just on that. We need to have a craft extra discussion on just Discovery.
I think we do. I'm warming up to the sparkly Klingons.
Oh, they go away, so don't worry about that.
I know. But you keep putting out Strange New Worlds and Picard and Lower Decks. You can keep my subscription. Disney Plus, you keep putting out Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan. You can keep my subscription, especially because I get access to the full Marvel library, which my kids and my wife all love. But services like Amazon, when the Grand Tour goes away, guess what? So do I.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I already have Amazon Prime, but that's for other reasons. But yeah.
Right. But the point is the same.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, Netflix now, even if they do, like we were talking earlier, Netflix had everything at the time. And then Netflix shrunk down to be like, no, we want to be our own channel now. And all the contracts for because all the other companies took off. So we're our own channel. And even when they have something good, they're like, yeah, we only do 2 seasons of this. Bye. Yeah. We're done with it. We got to move on to something else now. I mean, there are less than a handful of series that are on Netflix that are produced by Netflix that are more than 5 seasons. Right. Anything good is like 3 seasons, and they're like, yeah, we're done. We need to move on. And that's just, why am I paying for this? Because there's just constantly, I want more of that content, not this newer stuff. And it's just, you're just pumping in so much new stuff. I don't want to watch it because I have subscriptions to all these other shows. Like you said, Star Trek, I'm going to spend my time over there. These are things that I've already ingrained and I like. So it's hard to draw in new customers and then say, I'm going to charge more to the consumer to view this new content when I could theoretically not sit promoting it. I'm not promoting it, but someone could go and I want to sample this for free by going to this particular site and maybe downloading it for a couple episodes to see if I like it or not. But again, don't do that. We don't promote that here.
I certainly don't promote Dodie or Fit Girl or any of the other well-known repackers.
So, yeah.
Now, to be perfectly clear, anything that I've downloaded from them, I have purchased. But it got to the point where the DRM was so intrusive that I went, screw it. I want an install offline only. I don't play multiplayer games. I don't play online games. I don't need online components. I don't need to be verified online. What I want to do is play through Diablo 2 Resurrected without being bothered every 13 minutes that my account is offline. And ta-da, I can do that now. No thanks to Blizzard. Although Blizzard still got my $30 before the game was even launched. So I have no qualms about that.